Hello, and welcome to this semester's final episode of Charger Bulletin News. Later on the show, we'll be talking to the USGA President, Nicolette Angeli, and Senator Jordan Green. But first, here's the news. The Model United Nations team at the University of New Haven hosted a regional high school conference last week. Charger MUN brought together students from all over Connecticut. Managing editor Sam Raposa has more.
What started out as an idea was brought to life as the university's Model United Nations team held their inaugural Charger Model United Nations conference for local high school students in sponsorship with Notre Dame High School. The team based the conference off their own experiences at the collegiate level, but instead of having a week to resolve a series of pressing issues, they only had one day.
And so they'll discuss a variety of different global issues in 3 different committees. They do everything from give speeches to create kind of resolutions or solutions to these different problems. And it gives them a great chance to grow as a person, to develop skills.
The conference brought in 9 local high schools and nearly 150 students. One of those students was Notre Dame senior Carlos Villa, who has been active within his school's Model UN team since his freshman year. Villa looks to gain global perspectives on issues and work on building his communication skills at these conferences.
I've always wanted to be kind of like in government or in the United Nations. So basically going into these conferences, I try to communicate better and work on communication skills with everybody so that when I do it in the future and hopefully my future job, I can go in and know what I'm doing and know how to communicate with people.
After a day of keynote speakers and finding collaborative resolutions to issues such as the colonization of outer space, environmental sustainability, and the sovereignty of Palestine, students had the opportunity to celebrate their achievements during a closing ceremonies where they were recognized with various awards.
These students have the desire to change the world, and we're trying to preserve that as best as we can. So creating this positive environment for them is essential to being able to not only continue this conference on an annual basis, but for them to really understand that they have the platform to go further, and hopefully they can do so with our MUN team.
The university's Model UN team hopes this is the first of many conferences held to help build the surrounding youth's understanding of the world around them. They also have big plans to eventually bring Charger Model United Nations to our satellite campus in Prato, Italy.
A significant population at the University of New Haven is students from abroad. Reporter Mitsuki Garvey-Sanchez takes a closer look at how international students have made the university their home away from home.
If you're an international student here at the University of New Haven, there's ways for you to get accustomed through the International Student Association.
Their efforts are to engage domestic students and international students together. So they plan different events during the year, different activities, things to encourage people to get together.
Through the International Student Association, the University of New Haven helps international students become comfortable in an unfamiliar place.
Before I came here, I always stay alone and be with myself, and now I'm with a lot of people and I have a lot of friends.
The International Student Association puts together events that help bring international and domestic students together. It brings a sense of diversity to the campus. Organizations that are a part of the International Student Organization, such as the Indian Student Council, hold events such as Diwali Night. The event gives students on campus a sense of their culture through their music, their Indian cuisine, and their dancing.
Their mission is really to be a student club devoted to the integration of international and domestic students. So it's good to have student groups to kind of put that energy and use their networking to bring international students and domestic students together.
The International Student Association holds a positive impact on students who are from different countries, allows them to grow as individuals, and prepares them for their professional career.
To really give international students a voice on campus and a chance for them to kind of highlight the wonderful, diverse contributions they bring to our community of here at the university.
When I first came to America, I was 17, and I had 1 year experience in boarding school before I came here. So I would say I spent the majority of my time in America at the University of New Haven, and it's helped me grow up a lot.
I am Mitsuki Garvey-Sanchez.
This one is for the cat people. Mew Haven Cat Cafe is the first of its kind to open in Connecticut. Here's Editor-in-Chief Glenn Rohrbacher with more.
Mew Haven Cat Cafe is the first cat cafe to open in Connecticut. The newly popularized concept allows people to interact with cats in an open space uniquely designed for cats. Owners Angela and Michael Pulo have been working on the concept since 2015 when Michael's personal pet died.
2015, my cat, Mr. Kitty, passed away, and we weren't ready to get another pet yet. But as we were kind of becoming aware of like the popularity of cat cafes, we sort of realized this could be another outlet to kind of, well, one, have our own cat fix, but kind of give other people an opportunity to spend time with cats and an opportunity to get cats adopted.
Each cat in the cafe is up for adoption through Animal Haven, a no-kill shelter in North Haven. Located in the Westville neighborhood of New Haven on Wally Avenue, cat lovers can stop by to connect with others and the cats.
Kind of our main focuses are cats, coffee, and community.
Angela and Michael Pulo are hoping to be a staple in the community and want to bring people together over their common interest in cats.
It's not only kind of enriching for us, but for also the people who come here, and also for the cats who live here.
That it's a really unique concept. I think it is a really good way of bringing together people and animals in a way that feels a little bit more accessible than a shelter might, for example.
While cats are the main part of this cafe, the owners are thinking about bringing in coffee and different special events that visitors can enjoy.
So we're considering whether or not we can fit any seating in this area, whether or not we can open up more walls so that there will be windows to have more visibility. We're also considering taking on the space next door so we can double the cat lounge space.
New Haven will be open from now until December 13th when they take a break to make some more renovations to the space. In New Haven, I'm Glenn Rohrbacher.
And now for your Charger Sports update, we go to Cameron Haley.
Thank you, Kaylee. Women's volleyball won the NCAA East Region Championship on Saturday, sweeping American International in 3 sets and advancing to the NCAA Division II quarterfinals in Pensacola, Florida. But the celebration didn't last long as the Chargers lost a tough matchup against Concordia St. Paul, getting swept in 3 sets. Leading the way for the Chargers was senior Alex Boozy and junior Christine Rios, each finishing with 6 kills. Senior Caroline Martins chipped in 4 kills, finishing the season with a team-high 392 kills. Men's basketball beat Pace on Wednesday 76-68. Senior Joe DeJaneiro led the way with a career-high 16 points. But women's basketball lost a close one to Pace on Wednesday 55-48. Leading the way for the Chargers was junior Katia Oje, who had 13 points on the night. Chargers basketball will be playing a doubleheader on Saturday, December 9th, starting at 1:30. Coming up this week, both men's and women's track and field will be competing in the Yale season opener on Saturday, December 9th at 9 a.m. And that's all for your Charger Sports Update, and back to you, Kaylee.
The Undergraduate Student Government Association underwent recent changes this semester and is working to be more involved with students on campus. With me today is USGA President Nicolette Angeli and Senator Jordan Green, who is head of the Inclusion Committee. Thank you both for being here. So USGA recently passed a resolution to sign a letter requesting the Department of Education to reconsider changes to Title IX guidelines. Can you elaborate more on what that means for students and why you're speaking out against it?
Of course. So if you keep up in the news, you can see that Senator DeVos is taking back what Obama had done during his administration. It's during between the question and answer stage where they're asking people to speak out about what they feel. There's interim guidelines currently out. So what college campuses are doing is writing how we feel as students. So the letter I received from a Georgetown University student expressed that it was a short letter because they were struggling on what to include, but it's important that we as a university are speaking out. And so with the interest of that, there's about 200 university student government presidents that signed off on this letter. And we felt like the letter needed to include more information. So after it passed, we decided that additionally we were going to have a supplement letter drafting for just university students to speak out on what we feel about victims' rights and their empowerment to speak out, as well as the student who is accused rights and their due process. So we are going to have an additional letter writing, but overall it's just making sure that we are explicitly saying what we think as students.
So USGA is also putting up changes to the Constitution. Can you talk about why they think that will help the students?
Of course. So the 2 changes that are up for voting right now, it's open until Monday, is to add a duty to the executive assistant, which is the technology amplification and events. In the past, we've had someone else chair that within USGA, but we didn't feel like it was as successful. It's very difficult for a student who is not stipend and does a lot of other things to successfully be able to bring equipment to all the events that are happening on campus in conjunction with media services. So we decided it would be a good fit for our executive assistant to maintain our USGA equipment. And the other section of the change is to add more people to budget committee. So rather than having 6 to 8 elected members, we would have 6 to 10 elected members. So it's more of an opportunity for students to get involved in USGA.
And what is USGA doing for the beginning of next semester?
Sure. I know Jordan can talk a lot about what she's done this semester and how we're going to continue that to next semester.
So as part of the Inclusions Committee, we actually just came off of, we hosted an identity panel, I believe, last week that was recorded, and my hope is by next semester to have it posted up on Charger Connection so that students can go and they can see the panel if they weren't able to attend. We're actually planning a couple of events for next semester right now. We're going to try to help out with some of the Black History Month things. We're going to try to do some events as far as Women's History Month goes, and we want to just kind of make sure that more students on campus are being represented. We have a couple of events based around gender identity that we're discussing hosting as well, just to make sure that we're really reaching out and kind of working towards that inclusions goal that we set at the beginning of the year.
Good. Well, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
Of course.
That's all we have for Charger Bulletin News. Thank you so much for watching our first season, and make sure to stay up to date with the latest news online at chargerbulletin.com. We'll be back in January. For the Charger Bulletin, I'm Kaylee Feschler.